everybody, welcome back to Baking Music with Kate. This episode is about Philipp Telemann and the Franzbrötchen. Hi everybody, welcome back to Baking Music with Kate. This episode is about Philipp Telemann and the Franzbrötchen. Currently, I'm enjoying a Franzbrötchen, which is a specialty of Hamburg in northern Germany dating back to the 1800s. This German-style croissant was developed in Hamburg during the Napoleonic Wars, when the French used that town as their military quarters and garrison. Apparently, the French soldiers were feeling a bit homesick for their native food, which led the local bakers to try their hands at the croissant. From all the accounts I read on this cinnamon-filled baked good, it seems that the bakers never got the recipe quite right, which is fine by me because now we're able to enjoy this delicious cross between a cinnamon roll and a croissant. Here's what I made using the recipe from the website My German Recipes, which of course I will link in the description. I have to be honest, I was a bit nervous to try this recipe because the dough is laminated like a croissant. As an amateur baker, I feel that laminated dough is one of the hardest doughs to make correctly. But this recipe was pretty clear throughout the entire process, and while it's time-consuming, it wasn't nearly as difficult as I was expecting. Once baked to a bold golden brown color, the Franzbrötchen is crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside with a buttery, sweet cinnamon filling, and it is super tasty. Like I said earlier, I'm an amateur baker, which for me means that while my baked goods almost always turn out delicious, they often don't look exactly like the picture on the recipe or like what a professional baker would be able to do. And that is no different for this recipe. The shape of the final bake was not uniform, but personally, I like to embrace imperfection because that way I don't allow the construct of perfection to stop my progress and passion for things that I truly enjoy. And in this case, I take solace from the Franzbrötchen origin story, knowing that I did to the Franzbrötchen what the Germans did to the croissant. This isn't my usual fare for breakfast, but I felt inspired to make and eat this regional specialty today because of the music I've been working on. In this video, I'll be sharing with you Fantasia No. 3 in E minor, which was composed by Philipp Telemann in Hamburg in 1735. For those of you who might not know, Telemann is known as one of the most prolific composers of all time. Researchers believe that he composed over 3,000 pieces, although half have been lost throughout the centuries. I'm not going to focus too much today on Telemann's earlier life, since in this video we're more exploring his Hamburg connection, where he moved in 1721 and died in 1767. All you really need to know for now is that he was passionate, gifted, and self-taught in music. Telemann moved to Hamburg when he was 40, where he became musical director of Hamburg. Yep, that's right, all of Hamburg. This prestigious appointment meant that he supplied music for the 5 main churches. On top of that, he was in charge of the Hamburg Opera, served as music instructor and cantor at the Johanneum, supplied music for the courts of Eisenach, Beirut, and Frankfurt, as well as continuing to publish his own music through his firm called Telemann Publishing. In other words, Telemann was pretty busy in Hamburg. During this time period is when he composed and published his 4 collections for solo instruments. The piece I'm about to play for you is the third of 12 fantasias in the Solo Viola da Gamba collection. These pieces were lost for more than 200 years, but were discovered by musicologist Francois-Pierre Gay in 2015. He found a complete copy printed by Telemann in 1735 in the State Archive of Lower Saxony and Osnabrück in the Ledinburgh collection. Once found, the Fantasias were published by Edition Guntersberg in 2016, which is the edition I am using today. Would George Philippe have tucked into a cinnamony Franzbrötchen served with a nice hot cup of coffee? No, the timelines don't add up, but that certainly won't stop me from enjoying two of Hamburg's historical gems, Franzbrötchen and Telemann. If you like what you're watching, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to help support this channel. I hope you're able to indulge in great food, beautiful music, and I'll see you next time on Baking Music with Kate. Bye! The Franzbrötchen, what the Germans did to the croissant. This isn't my usual fare for breakfast, but I felt inspired to make and eat this regional specialty today because of the music I've been working on. In this video, I'll be sharing with you Fantasia No. 3 in E minor, which was composed by George Philipp Telemann in Hamburg in 1735.
You let yourself out.
He's just straight up staring into the camera. He's just like right into it. Okay, all right, let's